Hi, my name is Yaz, and today I'm having my very first part of my autism assessment. Me, my mum, and almost everyone I know are very certain that I have both autism and ADHD. However, I will say my case is very complex. I have complex PTSD, I suffer with depression, anxiety, and it makes it a very difficult case, which is probably also why I'm only now getting diagnosed. But anyway, that said, let's get into the conversation. Hi.
Hello, hi there, is that Yasmin?
Yes. Do I need to have the video on?
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to have the video on
Okay.
because I need to see how you're interacting. So,
Okay. Hi.
um, hi, my name is Dr. Zikri. I'm one of the doctors in the team, and today we're meeting to go through the first part of the autistic assessment. So this is basically going to be just asking you a few more questions, kind of trying to understand better what challenges you have, and in the second part, which you have the meeting for as well, we'll look into how we can help and what traits you have.
Okay.
So really it's just gathering information. So it's a very relaxed kind of process. So you wouldn't have to worry about it. So part of the questions is about why did you think of requesting this assessment? Why did you think you might be on the spectrum?
Um. Well, when I. It's very hard to answer. Sorry. Um.
It's okay, take your time. So
So.
what did you pick up that made you think, okay, I need to get this checked?
I didn't. I just knew that I was different. And then I think I saw a video about it. And then I decided to look into it because I related to the video. And then everything became too obvious. And I was like, I need to get a professional opinion on this.
Okay, fair enough. And what kind of things you related
Um, so I don't like social interactions at all. I find it very uncomfortable um, and awkward sometimes. I also I have to have things a certain way, and I thought it was because I was just weird, and I accepted that. Um, so like I don't like my foods touching. Um, my socks, I've always had it where the seam is at the top because I don't like it at the bottom. Um, I didn't really play with toys. I liked setting up like Savonian villages and stuff and putting them together, and that was the fun part, not playing with it afterwards. Um, what else?
what about your relationships with people?
Currently, I have one friend, um, and I avoid every social circumstance as much as possible, but sometimes I do push myself to go see my friend.
Okay. And have you had any issues at work or do you study or
I work from home. Um,
you?
yeah, so I run my own small business. Uh,
What kind of business?
I make accessories, so like stationery, stuff like that. But it's all online, so I don't have to deal with people. um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And does it work for you?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
All right. And how long you been doing that?
I think it's about 2 years now.
Before that, did you try to work elsewhere?
I volunteered at a charity shop, and it was horrible. I can't tell if it was because the owner wasn't very nice or because it was not a comfortable situation.
Okay.
But I didn't enjoy it.
Okay. And is anyone else in the family is on the spectrum or?
So for ADHD, my uncle Tom has been diagnosed with it, and I believe that my mum and her other sisters and brothers have it, but no one has been diagnosed with autism.
Okay. And in terms of your mental health, did you get any assistance with your mental health journey? Like, did you ever been suffering from anxiety, depression, anything like that?
Yes, I have a very complicated mental health. I have been on cams for a long time because of past trauma, so I do have complex PTSD, and I've had depression. I still have depression. It doesn't really go. Anxiety. It's all quite high. um, I am working with the adult mental health team, but I haven't been assigned to anyone yet. Still waiting.
And are you on medication?
I am on metazapine currently, 30 milligrams. It's mostly to help me sleep, but it also is supposed to help with my mood.
And what kind of trauma you had?
Um, I don't know. Are there different types of trauma?
All right. And did you had any counseling for that?
I was with CAMS, and they were trying to help me. And I was with Sarah. She was amazing. Um, and then I got too old, and I and then I was put on the adult mental health team.
Who do you live with?
I live with my mum, my daughter, and my dad, and 2 dogs.
How old is your daughter?
She is 4.
Is the dad, is he someone you are not with at the moment?
Yes.
Um, many relationships you had, like intimate relationships?
2.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Any issues when you were little about your speech or your language?
Yes, I struggle with pronouncing certain letters and words. Um, and
Did you have any speech therapy or anything?
I think I had. Can I ask my mum to help?
Sure.
Sorry, Mum, would you be able to help?
Right.
Yeah. Did I have any speech therapy?
No, you saw a speech and language therapist when you were 13, and she said it was too old. She was the one that mentioned getting assessed for dyslexia, but at the time she diagnosed you as having a mild expressive language disorder. and then we took you to be assessed for dyslexia, and you're dyslexic as well. Did you mention your need as well?
No, we haven't gotten to physical problems.
Well, it's not, is it? It's
Well,
psychological.
yeah, it's a bit of both. Sorry, I forgot to mention I also have non-epileptic attack disorder, and it is a response from the trauma as well.
So learn epileptic
attack disorder.
Thank you for sharing that. That's really helpful. Thank you. Do you smoke?
Please stay. Pardon?
Do you smoke?
No, I don't.
Drink alcohol?
Only on like parties and stuff, but it's not like a regular thing.
Okay. And street drugs?
No.
All right. Thank you. Then the other set of questions. So, if you are, I know you've been saying you're avoiding the social events, but have you ever experienced being kind of in a position where you have to talk to people, and how did that go?
Yes. Most of the time, I let my mum speak for me because I really struggle with it and I don't like it. I guess when I do have to talk, I only talk when I am spoken to, unless it's about something I find interesting and have a decent opinion on. And I do avoid kind of like bringing in conversation, so like I won't look at people because I don't want someone to come up and talk to me. I don't mean it in an offensive way.
And how are you in reading the body language and understanding people's intentions?
I can be good at it, but I also cannot be good at it. So,
You misinterpret what people mean sometimes.
yeah. So if someone's body language is showing that they're angry or stressed, it may take me a little while, but I will click onto it. However, if someone's using, I don't know, like a metaphor or something to try and explain how they feel, I won't get it. I will not understand.
Yeah, fair enough. Are you good in understanding jokes?
I'm always the late one to laugh at it, but I also feel like that kind of makes it more funny.
Yeah.
But
do you physically understand it?
Sometimes. If it's something that makes sense. I'm not even making sense now.
Yeah, jokes doesn't make sense. Yeah, okay, fair enough. No, I got you. What about friendships and relationships generally? So you said you had one good friend, right?
Yes.
As present. What about the past?
I wasn't good at making friends. In primary school, I had 2 main friends and we stayed as a group. Then in secondary school, I had one because she was my primary school friend, and then I made friends with a couple of others that I knew from a club that I went to, but it was more because we already knew each other, but I wouldn't make friends with people that I don't know. I never made friends with people that I had.
Yeah, fair enough. Do you maintain your friendships? Like, do you keep any of the school friendships?
No, only that one good friend. No, I don't like body contact. I never have. My mum would never be allowed to hug me. I would have to go in and ask for the hug. We're keeping in touch. I messaged that one friend because sometimes I feel like to keep that relationship, it's something I have to do. But I try and keep it really short because I just not very good at it.
Right. And how is your day routine?
I have a routine, but sometimes it goes a bit skew-if, but I think that's because of the child. So like every morning she will come in and say good morning, and then I'll go check through my notifications, and then we'll get ready and dressed and go downstairs, and then I'll do what I can.
How good's the routine run if I wasn't to help?
Would you say you like to go to specific shops at specific times and do things in a kind of...
If I am to escape the house, I have to plan. We learnt this the hard way. And I like to do all of my research on where we're going, unless it's somewhere that I've been before and I know, then we don't really have to do research.
Are you able to cope with sudden changes?
Depends on the change. So I think we went to go swimming at one point, and then we got the times wrong. My mom did. Got the times wrong, and then we couldn't go, and I think it made me a little bit more grouchy afterwards. But honestly, I couldn't process the fact that we were supposed to go swimming and we're not, if that makes sense. But if it's sometimes, if there's nothing going on during the day and I haven't got any plans, but then someone decides, right, shall we go to this place? And if we don't need to do any research on it, then sometimes I'll be like, yes, because I didn't have anything planned, and I'm okay with that.
In terms of your sensitivity to light, to noise, things like that, do you have any issues with these things?
Yes, I have noise cancelling headphones now, because it makes it easier in, well, any location, to be honest. I've never liked the sound of fireworks. I like the look of them, but I've always hated the sound. I don't like textures.
What makes you go as well? What makes you have a seizure?
I also flashing lights.
You say about textures or food or...
Yeah, textures of most anything, really. It can be food, it could be the feel of something under my feet, or textures that I don't like of anything. If I don't like it, it's not a case of, oh, I don't like it, but I'll stick with it. It's a case of, no, I really just can't. I do also want to mention that flashing lights and loud sounds do affect my seizures quite a lot. I say quite a lot, it just affects them. What else is a sensory thing?
Are you a forgetful person?
Pardon?
Are you forgetful? Do you tend to forget details sometimes?
I'm a very forgetful person, so I've learnt to put everything I can in my phone notes. Yeah, I'm extremely forgetful. very annoying.
Do you feel depressed or anxious at the moment?
I feel anxious because I'm talking to a stranger, but I don't mean that in a bad way. I do that with everyone. I don't feel depressed. There's nothing to be sad about right now. Yeah.
Okay. What are your interests and hobbies?
Interesting hobbies. So, my biggest hobby is dogs. I am a qualified in dog behaviour and training, and that's what I've always wanted to do, work with dogs, because I really love dogs. Other hobbies would be my business. I love finding a way to make things, do different things, sell things, and that's really fun for me. But it's mostly just those two things, just being creative, making money, and dogs.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's all the questions I needed to ask you today. Do
Okay.
you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay. If anything comes to your mind, as I said, the second meeting would be like a summary of the outcome
Yeah.
and what traits you have, etc. And then the advice on what help and support you can get. So
Okay.
that will be discussed in the second time.
Okay.
Right. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. Okay. It's always easier at the end, but just while you're in it, I just feel so tense.
Because do you know why?
Why?
Because you mask so much.
I know.
So much.
I even tried not to.
Like
I tried really
the fact
hard
that you were trying not to, I think, is what it was kind of making you. And I can see. I think I'm like you when I go into appointments and stuff because I forget so much important stuff. Like you didn't mention your need at all.
No.
And then you said you just worked from home because you don't like people, but that's not the only reason. It's because of your need as well. But you're like me because I went to see the specialist about my knee. I said nothing about any other health issue.
Yeah.